record. Yes, we need the replay for everyone. Miss Lewis, I had sent you a message on WhatsApp, but I realized you didn't get it. Can you double check? All right, welcome everyone. Welcome to our parent check-in meeting. We're going to be going through what's been happening so far for term two at Western STEM Academy. We resumed in January and we're now here in March, which is actually the final month of term two. Believe it or not, we only have one more term in this school year, and it's almost unbelievable because we just started September in for this academic year and the time went by so quickly with everything that happened last year. But our staff members and our students, they have been having a wonderful time during the teaching sessions for the most part. And we just want to check in with you to hear from you how things have been going on your side. And our team members will be giving a general update as to how things are going from our end. So welcome. Some persons are new, fairly new. So I'm Felisa Ricketts, principal and founder of Western STEM Academy, and we have some team members on who will be introducing themselves later. But before we do so, we are going to be doing a quick word of prayer, and we will ask for any volunteer who would like to pray. Any volunteer who would like to pray? Anyone who would like to volunteer with a parent or staff? Or I should just call on someone. I wanted this to be one of, our parent volunteers mainly. Any parent volunteer who would like to lead us in prayer this afternoon? No? All right, so I'm gonna just go ahead and pray then, and we'll get started. So, dear most righteous and eternal Father, as we come to you this afternoon, we thank you for the opportunity to gather as a school family. We thank you for everything that you have done for us at Western STEM Academy. We are so grateful for parents who are here, or staff members who are here, all our families who are here, our students, mighty God. As we're about to go through this meeting, I pray that you'll guide us. Bless everything that we'll speak about. Just go before us. Bless the families that are here in Jesus' holy and precious name. Amen. Amen.
Amen.
Amen. All right. So we're gonna get started with a quick overview as to what's been happening. From me, generally, I want to say it's been a good term in terms of our starting in January to here. We have our students who are, for the most part, they're very punctual. We have seen a significant improvement, and for that, we're grateful. We have most of our students who are actively participating in classes, and that's what we really want for them. We want them to show up and show out. As true Western STEM Academy students, we want them to be doing their best at all times, and we're seeing some improvement. Of course, there's always room for growth. So most students are showing up, they're participating in classes, they're completing assignments, but of course, I always believe that there's room for improvement. So what parents can do to support students at home is to make sure you have that study time, at least 1 hour blocked off for each day, where they are reviewing things that they have done during the day, and that really helps to go a far way in preparing not only for tests, but just ensuring that they are cementing the knowledge. Right, so those are just some things that I've observed so far. But overall, they're very active. We've been having our social events, as you are seeing on the calendar of events. I hope everyone has access to those, right? And we're going to hear from our teachers in terms of what's been going on from their end, right, as they introduce themselves. So we'll use this as an introduction for teachers. They'll tell us what's been going on, and then we'll have a parent introduction, and parents will let us know if they have any concerns during that section, any questions or comments as to how things are going on from your end. Right, so this is the opportunity for you to share with us. We have STEM beginner stars and we have high achievers. We do have some updates that we'll give in terms of what's happening. We know students are preparing for our or CSEC exams. We for the PEP exams, we do have some updates for that, but we only have Miracle as our one PEP Star students. So we'll talk more as it relates to upcoming exams. End of month tests, they have been completed for February. And students are, well, parents are now in the process of receiving reports. I know Mrs. Lewis sent out reports and Miss Williams working on reports. And we have end of term, sorry, exams coming up. But I'll just hand over to our teachers, Mrs. Lewis from STEM Beginner Stars, to let us know what's been going on, just a general update. And then we'll have Miss Williams giving a general update, and then we'll take it from there. All right, so welcome everyone. Welcome to all our parents. See Mrs. Taylor Thorpe, parents of Israeli as well. We see Anastasia on. So in the comments, in the chat rather, go ahead and put your name as well as your child's name so that we can take a quick attendance. All right. So you'll do that while Miss Lewis and Miss Williams give a quick update. Mrs. Lewis from STEM Beginner Stars, over to you.
Afternoon. Can everyone hear me?
You're breaking up, but we heard the last
Is
word.
everyone hearing me?
Yeah, we can hear you perfect now.
All right, good. So I am Yannick Wright Lewis, and I am member of staff here for Western STEM Academy, and I cater to the STEM Beginner Stars and I just thinking us have come through, and students have really settled back down and are doing well. I want to first of all commend parents for the great attendance that I have been seeing. Right, I can't even recall if been any day when a student was absent. There's probably one or two times when students will have to run errands on the road in the afternoons, but they always show up in the mornings, and I just want to thank the parents for helping them to show up. The attendance has really been marvelous. I must commend you for that. Secondly, I want to share that our students have been more active, more engaged in the classes. They are taking initiative, they are being leaders, they are volunteering. It is amazing to see. I am so impressed. I don't want to go into details now, but I am seeing so much improvement in how they are participating and contributing to the lessons. It is so heartwarming. So I want to commend the students and the parents for the work that they have been doing in that regard. Of course, one of the points that sometimes suffers is the issue of submitting assignments. And I want to say that this term I have seen improvements where I've been able to, for the most part, churn out reports quickly because I didn't have to be, following behind students to get their work done. So I want to say congratulations on that and keep it up. And as Mrs. We have said, we can always improve, right? So let us work on the revision, let us work on the study times and so on. So I just want to say that I have seen that improvement. Um, I must say specifically, though, when it comes to reading, I know in the past we have had challenges, but this term I am seeing such fluency and confidence in the reading. I am so pleased with my students. To be honest with you, today we did a phonics lesson, and in the back of my mind, I was saying, boy, this is so redundant for them because they have really advanced. So I'm going to have to change up things to really fit their level because they have been soaring as readers. So again, commendations, congratulations to the parents and the students for the work that you have been doing behind the scenes because I know it takes work. It's not going to just, appear on its own. So I just want to thank you for the way you've been supporting the students. It is showing up. It is really showing itself in all the different ways in which I've been interacting with them. So That is my overview for the STEM Beginner Stars this year. Thank you.
All right. Thank you so much, Mrs. Lois. Thank you for that update. And thank you for all that you have been doing with the STEM Beginner Stars. Really impressive. Thank you as well, parents of STEM Beginner Stars, for the hard work that you have been doing. We're indeed pleased with these great reports that Miss have provided in terms of the improvement that the students are demonstrating. So thank you so much, Mrs. Lois, and parents of STEM Beginner Stars. And congratulations to our STEM Beginner Star students on their outstanding performance. All right, before we go to high achievers, we want to welcome all parents who joined after the official welcome. We are happy to have you for our parent check-in meeting. Go ahead and in the chat, just comment or put your name as well as your child's name, and that will help us to have a quick register. So, Miss Lewis, can you take care of that register for us? And we're gonna go over to high achievers with Miss Williams for a quick update. Miss Williams, over to you. Miss Williams, are you able to hear us? Oh, our device is not connecting to the Zoom. She sent that 2 minutes ago. Okay, seems like she's having challenge connecting, maybe with her next device that she's able to speak on. All right. So until we're able to hear from Miss Williams, she should be able to connect soon. I'll try to do a little troubleshooting with her, but I'll let her come on because she has given me an update, but I'd love for her to speak specifically, right? All right. So what we're gonna do in the meantime, make sure you put your name as well as your child's name in the chat. And Miss Lois, while you take the register, try to send a quick update to the rest of parents in the parent group to let them know that we're on. We don't want anybody to be missing out. We're still missing a few parents from both STEM Beginner Stars and High Achievers. All right. So those are the quick updates. There's a call coming in. Let me check if it's a parent. Hello, good afternoon. Thank you for calling Western STEM Academy. How are you? All right, sorry about that. It was indeed a parent, but more prospective parent than a current parent. I thought it was a current parent. All right, so what we're gonna do, while we wait on Miss Williams, parents are sending in the chat their name and their child's name. We're gonna have a section where we'll hear from you, but let me just run over our current calendar of events that we're working with and ensure you have access to it. If not, let us know so we can send you access to the calendar of events. So today we are having our check-in meeting, and I know Miss Lewis has been doing a very good job in terms of keeping us updated, including myself, because so much has been going on, and Miss Lewis timely reminders really keep us on track so that we can all be prepared and on time and doing our best for this term, right? So on Friday the 13th, next week, we are going to be having a spelling competition. It's for all students. I know she had mentioned
Sarah,
stars, but Pep Stars was on for
when the February one?
the spelling competition is gonna be for all students, right? And all students will be participating in that. We've had a reading competition before. I think we had done spelling. I don't quite remember, but I know we did the reading competition and that was very good. So we're launching into our spelling competition this term. Next week, we'll get more instruction on the format of that as we go throughout this week. So by tomorrow, we'll be able to send specific instructions on let me see, students have been participating more in devotion. So every Friday, you'll see students being in charge of devotion just to get their public speaking skills going, build their confidence, and that has been very well. Right. We have end of term examination starting on the 23rd of March. So we really encourage students to be studying. How you can support your child is to have that 1 hour block of studying every afternoon consistently from Monday to Friday and a few hours on the weekend too. I know they have activities, extracurriculars, but it's really important for them to put in that extra time for those examinations coming up because they really do impact the students. A lot of time our students are going off to college and they're asking for their reports, they're asking for transcripts, and these are the grades that are going on the transcripts and the reports. So we want their best to be going with them. So these grades, they last a lifetime. Even students who have completed their degrees, their bachelor's degree, they're still going back to their high school to ask for high school transcript. When they're going to college, they're asking for transcripts, so we really want them to be doing their best in all areas. All right. And the end of term two is going to be on the 31st of March, right? And then on the 1st, we have a talent show for all students, WSA Got Talent, right? That will be from 10 to 12. And on that day, the 1st of April, we actually will be having the payments for term three due, and then we'll be taking an Easter break from the 2nd to, let me tell you, the 2nd to the 10th will be Easter break, right? We have Good Friday and Easter Monday, etc., which are public Jamaican holidays. So we have a break. So it's equivalent of spring break for those parents who are in America. So that's their Easter break or end of term break or spring break, essentially, right? And then we will resume for term three, which is the final term in this school year on the 13th of April, right? So you will get the calendar for the 13th of April as we prepare term three packages, right? So you'll get the calendar of events for that term, but just letting you know that we will be having a break from the 2nd to the 10th and resuming on the 13th. So you can make your plans around those times, right? If you need times for travel or for family, etc., then students will be off on a break, right? So, Miss Williams, are you able to connect? Not yet? All right. In the meantime, we're going to open for questions. Okay, Miss Lewis has been working on the calendar of event, not the calendar, what am I saying? She's working on the attendance. So continue to put your names in the chat. Miss Lewis is taking attendance, name of parent, and name of student. All right. So we're gonna open for any questions until Miss Williams is able to let us know what's going on. If she's not able to, then I'll just summarize her review that she has given me so far. All right, so let me go ahead and open the floor. Do we have any questions from STEM Beginner Stars? And high achievers? I want to address high achievers and CSEC exams, but I was waiting for Miss Williams. So go ahead if you have questions. If questions are surrounding that, then I'll answer them. and then she'll be able to give us further updates. All right, so the floor is now open. Any questions or comments from parents in STEM beginner stars or high achievers? No questions? Everything has been clear for everyone so far. No concerns, no comments, no feedback. Anything we can do better to improve what we have been doing. Anything you're happy with, these are areas that you can comment on. None? Everybody is fine? We want to know, this is the space where you let us know how we can serve you better, how you feel about the service that you are getting, or you prefer to use the chat. If you prefer to use a chat too, that's fine. If you prefer to private message us, that's also fine. We are just open the floor if there are any general concerns. All right. So, whilst we think about any concerns, comments, or questions, you can also use the chat or private message us, direct message us on WhatsApp. WhatsApp number, as we had mentioned before, just in case, it's 571-484-9379. Let me repeat, 571-484-9379. The other number does not work. We don't have access to it. So this is our only number. You can call us or WhatsApp us there, or you can reach out to our teachers as you have been doing, Mrs. Lewis, Miss Williams, and our admin and teacher, Miss Lewis. All right. So it seems like Miss Williams is having some connectivity challenges. So I'm gonna have to just summarize. I will have to connect on my other device. All right, let me ask her. She's getting through. Are you getting through? We wanted a quick update. But if not, I'll just summarize what she sent to me directly. All right, so as we're here, I'll just summarize what Miss Williams had mentioned. Oh no, she's here. Miss Williams, good afternoon. Are you able to hear us?
Yes, good afternoon. Sorry for the late joining.
Well,
Device issues. Good afternoon, everyone.
we're happy to have you. Welcome. Good afternoon. We're actually waiting so that we could have a quick general update from you
Okay.
for
All
us.
right, so
Okay.
let me go ahead.
Okay.
All right. Good afternoon, everyone. All right, so I hope we're doing well this afternoon. Can you hear me clearly?
Yes.
All right, so generally for high achievers, I must say we have a very respectful and respectable set of students. They're very engaging for the most part, I must say, and they have made progress. Each and every one of them have made progress in their own little way. They interact well with each other. There's no interpersonal conflict with the students, and they push. They're really trying their best. Again, as I've said, I've seen growth individually, and they're doing better with their submission of their assignment. So that's a plus. There is no major concerns at this time, but if there's anything that you'd like to reach out to me, you can reach out to me on the WhatsApp line that I have in the group, and I'll get back to you as soon as I possibly can. All right. Thank you so much. Over to you, Miss Ricketts.
All right, thank you so much, Miss Williams. And whilst we're here, we want to thank Miss Williams for the exceptional job that she has been doing with the High Achiever students and with the students in general. We're really grateful for your hard work, your dedication, and support. Our teachers are always working hard. So we want to recognize them, parents. It's not easy. I've been a teacher myself for quite some time. I was reflecting and realizing almost 10 years. But it's really due to a testament of the hardworking teachers that we have here that we're able to keep Western STEM Academy going. When school ends at 2 or 3 p.m., it's not over for our teachers. They're constantly doing lesson plans. Being a teacher means that you have all-nighters, very often trying to mark papers, trying to prepare for the next day. It's one of the most challenging things that I've done in my life, and I'm grateful for the teachers who have come on board with us and have dedicated their time and their commitment to making sure that our students and our school can be successful. In the same breath, Thank you to our high achievers parents. We appreciate you. We appreciate your commitment. We're seeing improvement in especially their submission of assignments and just their overall punctuality and participation. We're grateful for that, but as always, always room for improvement, especially high achievers who they're on the cusp of, going out there to actually start their college life, start their university experience, or even enter the world of work. So I always believe that there's room to push them some more. So especially high achievers have that 1 hour time every single day consistently where they're doing review of particular subject matter. If they're having challenges, reach out to the teachers so that we can get them the extra support. We know that some parents are doing extra classes, and we appreciate you for doing that, right? Because it can never be too much, right? The quality of education that you give to your child really impacts the future that they have, and we see it all the time, right? So thank you for that, Miss Williams, Mrs. Lewis, and Miss Lewis, as well as all our parents. In terms of CSEC updates, I know I mentioned an update on that. The payment for CSEC exams was due last year, but they have been so kind to extend late registration. So what you saw in the group was late registration, which is it's going to end by the 6th of March, right? So we do not want to delay. This is actually stage 2 late registration. I don't think there's any more after this one. So if you want your child to be doing any CSEC exams, especially those grade 11 students who are in Jamaica specifically, please ensure you register. It's everything well, the registration is done online. The payment can be made at a Bill Express or in the office, and then you bring the documents, the form in, as well as the payment receipt to the Overseas Examinations Commission. We have been supporting parents in terms of helping them through the process of signing up. So if you need assistance, we will help you, but parents are taking on, the wonderful task of signing up your child for the exam this year, right? And so far, most parents are completed with the process. So reach out to us if you have not yet done so. It should be in by the 6th of March. And the 6th of March, I think, is tomorrow. So we only have until tomorrow to get those in. All right, so that's the update on CSEC exam. The timetable is already available generally online. If you will send you a copy, but if you just type in 2026 May, June CSEC exams, you can already see the dates for all your child's examinations. Students are doing paper 3, paper 2, and paper 1, right? So you can see those online, but the specific, your individual rather timetable usually is going to be mailed to you with the address that you put on file. So you should be getting those at around the end of April thereabout. So let us know if you have not yet gotten them once April is finished, and we'll try to get you some support in getting those. All right, so that's for our CSEC examinations, right? And our end of term examinations are upcoming. Our students have been doing well for the most part. We're grateful for their support. We're grateful for all our parents or members of staff who have been working well. Especially this term, it's one of the most challenging or the more challenging terms for me. As I had mentioned in the group, I now have a little one, who has been consuming a lot of my time, even now surviving on no sleep, sleepless nights. But I'm grateful for the hardworking team and the hardworking and dedicated parents, and for how patient you have been as parents as well with us in helping us to ensure that we support your child to the best of our abilities, right? What you can do is to keep the communications line open, reach out to us, let us know what we can do for you to make sure your child's experience is the best. Believe me, that's what we want, right? So we don't intend to keep you any longer. If there are any concerns, let us know. Our phone lines are open. Teachers, members of staff, am I missing anything?
Not that I can recall at this time.
Okay, thank you, because my brain has been very foggy, so I'm just going off. I have a few things jot down here, but I'm just going off. All right. So thank you all. Any concerns, reach out to us. Let me check the chat to make sure I haven't missed anything. Remember to sign the register, parents. Mrs. Taylor Thorpe, mother of Dania, thank you for joining. Nastasia Lindsay, parent of Zenobia, thank you. Mrs. Renice Ramcharan Virgo, parent of Abby J. Sproul, thank you for joining. Miss Yannick Williams, parent of Israelia Griffith, thank you for joining. If you did not hear your name, it means that I'm not seeing you on the register. So please sign the register in by putting your name and your child's name in the chat. All right. So thank you all for coming on. Thank you for a great term so far. We look forward to great things as we wrap up nicely. We want to see great results for March, end of term exams. You will see those end of month reports coming through because we do send out monthly progress reports. So look at them, see what your child is excelling in, and see where they need improvement. And let us collaborate on how we can ensure we get the best results for your child. All right. So thank you so much, everyone. If any concerns, as I mentioned a few times ago, reach out to us. We're here to help. And we're wishing you a lovely rest of afternoon and a great remainder of term two rather, right? So thank you all and thank you for coming. We appreciate you. Have a wonderful rest of the day.
Thank you. You too.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Take care, everyone.
Bye bye.
Bye bye.